Evening. Good evening, everybody. Hi. Give it up for Jeremy Hebel, please, who was just up here. He's one of the two of Gable Music Ventures. It's Gable as in Clark Gable Music. And this is Wilma Wednesday. And the great thing is about Wilma Wednesday is, like, World Cafe Live is an awesome place to go see music in general. Upstairs or downstairs. Has anybody been downstairs to see anything here? Anybody, you guys? It's a great space. Hey, how are you? It's a great space. And this is a really good space too, because it's like a little more intimate. And it's good. I'm going to talk to you guys at the bar because you're looking at me and nodding. So that's good. All right, so Jeremy and Gail are insanely committed to creating more venues and more opportunities for local performers. And my opinion is, if we don't all go out and support our local arts community and our local performers, then they're gonna go away. I mean, people need to create a fan base, right? So every Wednesday night, there's something different, a different lineup going on. Tonight we have another comic. I hope I don't get competitive. No, I won't, because I'm not competitive really, unless it's with myself. The other thing is that, and I was telling Heather this, that this is a really warm room. No matter how many people are in this room, everybody wants you to do well. And I find that to be incredibly comforting. Because getting up here is hard as shit. Yeah. It's terrifying.
It's true.
And I'm like a narcissist with incredibly low self-esteem. So getting up on stage and risking everything is kind of like Adderall to the ADD kid. It totally levels me out. And for me, it's mainly the narcissism thing where everybody's looking at me and listening to me. But I do commit to trying to say things of substance.
You're doing a good job.
Thank you very much, thank you. So, I am born and raised in Wilmington, Delaware. And I'm 30 again and again and again every year. And my oldest friend is here tonight. She was at my 3rd birthday party.
That's awesome. Where's she at?
Her name, she's right here in the beautiful red hair.
Yay.
Brenda, this is Brenda, everybody. I met her in preschool. And then we went to elementary school together. And then we went to high school together. And the story of it is, we were never really, really close. Like, we didn't really run with the same crews or anything. But over the years, we've been able to just pick up where we left off. And I don't feel like there's many people that I can say absolutely anything to and not worry about what their face is gonna do. I'm not worried about you guys, because, like, what are you gonna do, judge me?
No,
I have the talking stick, I'm not really. And I feel like it's a really indelible thing to have a friend that you can absolutely connect to. Time and time again. And life is crazy, right? I mean, 3 years old, she hasn't changed, I don't think, at all. And neither have I, really, but I think the difference between Brenda and I is that she's always had a tremendous amount more courage than I have in your adult life. She's a belly dancer.
Whoa.
Right?
Is she gonna perform tonight?
And she's, that is a great question.
Yeah, are you gonna perform? Jeremy!
Is my oldest friend, Brenda Weed, gonna perform tonight? I couldn't have set this up any better. If you feel like it, we'll talk.
I'm sorry.
And she's a stunning dancer, stunning. And her hair is red and to the floor, and she's got a huge personality, which is good for me, because I tend to be a little too big all the time. But I'm so glad you're here, and thank you so much. And you brought your mom, which is great. I'm making you cry. Oh, you know, Bren, it's no. I love to elicit emotions. This is very This American Lifey. Come here, come here. It's all. And I'm going to tell a quick story. We were like sophomores in high school, I think, and Brenda was struggling. She called me one night out of the blue. We hadn't hung out since probably elementary school. And she said, I just don't know how to move forward. I just don't know how to make this thing that is my life work. And I remember thinking, God, she's young to be thinking that, A. B, is that what happens? Do we come across instances in our life where it's like, I don't know if I can do this, I'm terrified. I don't know what this looks like. I don't know how to go beyond this point. I remember wondering about that and then finding out it was true, for sure. And knowing for sure that about the best thing anybody can have in those circumstances is somebody you can touch base with, somebody you can say, hey, I don't know what to do. Because nobody has it figured out.
It's true.
That's agreed. I love you. You can come to every show and just have a conversation. Conversations with Heather by Melissa.
You got it. Brenda, you're not alone.
Right? But, so, like, for me, I don't know, life gets crazy. So I was married to a guy I went to high school with. We were married for 15 years. And I have 2 gorgeous children. But I realized about 7 years into it that I didn't like him very much.
That's normal.
Right?
Why is it always 7 years?
Apparently. Why is it always 7 years? 7 and 15. And we broke up at 7.
Uncle Jeff knows.
15. Uncle Jeff knows what's going on.
I've only been married 3 years.
You've only been married 3 years?
Yeah.
Mazel tov. Do you still like your, do you have a wife?
I do.
Congratulations. Do you still like her?
Yeah, you still like
Yeah.
Does she,
Most of the time.
is she here?
Nah.
Okay, so we can talk shit about her like she's not here. Okay. Does she make you laugh?
Yeah, sometimes.
All right, I'm done with you. So I was married. I have these 2 amazing children, and the relationship, my marriage, is kind of shitty. I mean, it wasn't awful, you know, on a scale, but it was not very good. We didn't communicate very well, and I was in my 30s, as I mentioned earlier, and so I immediately found myself in a relationship with the auntie, my ex-husband. Loosely translated, was a woman 17 years younger than me.
Oh,
What?
wow.
What happened? How did that?
I thought you were going to say Christian Grey.
Oh,
Because
no.
that happened to me.
Did it?
I fell in love with a character in a book, and I was like, I'm out of this relationship. I'm
Yeah,
out.
I've done that. Like, Jason Bateman is totally my husband in another
They
dimension.
just don't-
I think we get along great, don't you? So, woman, 17 years younger. What? All confusing. But that's cool, whatever. Fell in so hard in love with her. And, but, you know, had a tough time with the ex, and he wasn't very happy at all. Because, like, the only thing I was missing from the midlife crisis was a receding hairline and a set of golf clubs, and, like, a convertible. We got married. That was a thing that we got to do in Delaware, right, when that first happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had a kid, she carried a child. I turkey basted her.
That is
I did. I did.
Did you wear gloves?
I didn't wear gloves. It was very, listen, this is, I don't know that I've ever, like, told this on stage. This is gonna go a little bit more than 10 minutes. All right, I'm gonna try and nutshell it, though. Heather decided she wanted to have a baby. I was like, yeah, definitely. I don't know what I was thinking.
Wait, your name's Heather?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Right?
Fun.
I want to have a baby, and so we went through all the steps of fertility clinic. And insurance won't cover any of that if you're a same-sex couple. Because it hasn't been proven that you're barren or whatever. So we're like, oh no, we'd have to work 72 hours a day for the rest of our lives in order to afford having this child. It's a shame we can't pick somebody we know. And then I went, oh my God, I know somebody. My best friend's husband Not this one, a different best friend. Sorry, I even pointed to her. Heather was like, I'm so on the edge of my thing.
I'm like, I need to know the end.
Wouldn't that be funny if Bobby donated? But he didn't. My best friend and her husband, who's from India, they live in India. And I was like, first of all, he's beautiful. Second of all, they're not gonna have kids. So I'll ask my best friend, see what she thinks. And Lynn goes, I think you should ask him. I have no idea what he'll say. So I waited a couple weeks, and she got impatient and was like, listen, I was trying not to say anything, okay? Okay, but listen, Heather, when I have a baby and they want you to donate this sperm. And he was like, well, I should talk to them. He called me, he was like, I would be absolutely honored and delighted to help you guys have a family.
That's awesome. That's
So, logistics, we track the cycle, we fly out there, turkey baster. Totally, it absolutely was. It was a big 10 cc syringe, and she got pregnant on the first try, and then we left, and she was pregnant, and then she had our daughter, Charlotte, who's 3 now.
Oh, congratulations.
Beautiful kid. P.S. Heather and I broke up. But, yeah, we did. Because what you learn, Uncle Jeff, when you've been married before, is that you don't wait so long to let it get completely screwed up. Right? So it was very weird. She was like, this is my baby. I don't want you to help raise the baby. And I was like, okay, this isn't going to work. I'll see you later. So, cut to, I'm in my brand new apartment after she and I break up with my kids from my first marriage. They're 16 and 14. 16 and 13. And my youngest daughter says, Mom, so you were with Dad, which I'm guessing would have made you straight, and then you were with Heather, and you guys got married. That, I'm going gay with that one. And then but now what are you?
Oh my God.
And I said, I don't have any friggin' clue. I have no idea. I haven't even thought about it. And my older daughter, who's president of the Gay Straight Alliance, like totally conscientious. She's one of those kids who's like way too smart. I can't believe the apple fell from this tree. And she says, well, there's bi-curious and there's bisexual and there's bi-romantic, which I think Mom is because she falls in love with the person and not the sex. Then there's transgender and there's pre-op and there's po-op and there's post-op and there's all these information. Then there's gay and queer and lesbian, and then there's androgynous, which I'm pretty sure Mom is too, because she has a whole Peter Pan thing going on. Which Peter Pan is badass, by the way. He can fly, and he can make people believe in things.
That's right.
I'm totally down with Peter Pan. And he has fairy dust all the time.
That's right. Anywhere's green tights.
And he wears green tights. So I think Mom's androgynous. And my younger kid's head is like spinning. And I said, what's the matter, sweetie? And she goes, no, it's good. I mean, I didn't expect it to go this long, and I thought androgyny meant you could write with both hands. All right. That's the only joke she's ever written. Okay.
That's awesome.
Thank you for listening to my story. Thank you, guys. It just goes to show you never know what you're going to get, right? And that's what I love about Wilma Wednesdays. You never know what you're going to get. There's always a good group of people here. Gail and Jeremy are constantly making sure that their events are fun to go to and approachable, and this one's free. So that's my favorite cost ever. Oh, what happened? Oh, you weren't talking to me? All right, that's good. Let me know if I can help. I love it. You're listening audibly. That's my favorite kind. Because if you don't make noise, I don't know if you love it. And I need you to love me like I need air to breathe. Just so everyone's clear on what my needs are. All right. Our second performer, Victor Rubeck, was here for the first time like a month ago. And he's a singer-songwriter. He plays guitar. And he's really intense. And he loves to play. And he's retired. And he used to be a postal worker. And he's he's one of those people that cannot help but to perform. And I always have such a tremendous amount of admiration and respect for those kind of people because their instruments and their voice become an extension of them. So guys, if you could please give a warm round of applause to Victor Rubeck.